Get myself together here. This right here is Ashley Hinson. She represents the great state of Iowa, 2nd District. I'm guessing Ashley thought enough time had passed, and so she felt it was safe for her to hold an in-person town hall meeting last night. These are her opening remarks and how it went.
Rejected the status quo for the country. We were seeing an open border, high inflation. We were seeing hardworking men and women in Iowa and our country feel like their voices were not heard. Families in Iowa have told me for the last 4 years that we want to make sure we have safe streets, we have affordable groceries and gas, and that kids have opportunity to be able to live out the American dream. And that is what President Trump is delivering for us. And the president is, I believe, fighting for you and fighting for me. I'm fighting alongside of him. And I think God saved President Trump's life in Butler. I think he saved his life in Butler, Pennsylvania for a reason. I think that he is helping us to save and redirect the future of our country. He is helping deport criminal illegal aliens rather than letting them roam our streets freely. He is ending the abuses of taxpayer dollars rather than treating your money like monopoly money. And he's unleashing American energy to help drive those costs down. I think Memorial Day gas was adjusted for inflation the lowest it's been in decades. So we should thank his policies for that. And he is protecting us, women and girls, instead of trying to erase us. Under President Biden, they were trying to call us birthing people. I don't think that's the right term. We are not birthing people. We are mothers. And I am a mom fighting for other moms across the country, and I think this is too important of a fight to back down on. So I will continue to stand up for our girls and our women. Iowa is a model for the rest of the nation, thanks to the leadership of our great legislators and our Governor, Kim Reynolds. Our state has prioritized education and parental involvement. They have lowered taxes for hardworking families, ensuring our communities are safe. We are blessed by her leadership, and I am blessed to call her a friend as well. And I've made it my goal to make sure that Washington, D.C. can run a whole lot more like the great state of Iowa. Iowa common sense. My commitment to accessibility and transparency will continue to guide me as your representative every day. I remember the night before the president was sworn in, and he said we're not going to waste a moment delivering on the promises that we made to the American people. And I think he wasn't kidding. It's been very busy the past few months. And in just a short time of having him back in the White House, he has demonstrated what it means to be accessible and to do exactly what you said you would do. My colleagues and I are working alongside the president to undo all of the damage done during the Biden years, and we are fast-tracking America's path to a new golden age.
Did you hear her mention the golden age? Remember what I told you, the golden age, the golden era meant. If you didn't see those videos, go back into my videos so you'll understand what that term means. I know that her whole goal was to just get through it, but the optics of all that video right there tells me she doesn't give a shit about what her constituents think. She mentioned in that speech, listening to voices. She was not listening to the voices in that audience. She mentioned protecting women and girls from being called a birthing person. Meanwhile, she's supporting legislation that gets women and girls killed. Those abortion ban policies, she supports those. She supports those, but she wants you to believe she's going to protect you from being called a birthing person. There's more.
I was also proud to vote for President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill last week. This is a generational investment. This is a general investment. This is your time. Okay.
Did you hear the arrogance? This is your time. So in other words, she's telling them, you can boo all you want. I don't care. I don't care. This is your time. If you want to spend the time booing, fine with me, because I don't care. There's more.
At a recent event in Cedar Rapids, I received overwhelmingly positive feedback about the work that DOGE is doing. My entire philosophy is the intent behind DOGE is that we absolutely have to cut waste, fraud, and abuse so that we can sustain key programs and investments that Iowans and Americans care about.
Remember what I told you. Elon Musk made it very clear, American taxpayer, that you are the fraud, waste, and abuse. He went so far as to call you, American taxpayers, parasites on the system. Elon Musk did nothing to curb fraud, waste, and abuse. What Elon Musk did, he used Doge to go into the government to ensure that his contracts were solidified. Canceled contracts for all of his competitors and made sure he was awarded those contracts, whether it was for Tesla, SpaceX, Twitter, whatever. He made sure that you, American tax-paying parasites, continue to fund his businesses. And then whatever fines, consequences, investigations that was taking place into his wrongdoing, he made sure all of that was wiped out. He wiped that slate clean. That's what Elon Musk did as he was the head of Doge. And don't think because he's now leaving that he's leaving, because he's not. But there's more.
President Trump and his cabinet, in addition to being totally unqualified and inept, are breaking laws by ignoring federal judges' orders. The checks and balances of our government includes Congress's responsibility to hold the executive branch accountable. My question for you is, when are you going to do the responsibility that you were elected for by holding the executive branch accountable up to and including impeachment?
Well, let me start off by saying that judges need to follow the law, and I don't think this country needs another impeachment charade. That's what we saw in the last Congress, and I voted no on that for a reason. Judges need to follow the law as well. And, what I think is important about the bill we just passed is we have a number of judges who have been activist judges and going beyond the scope of their district courts. And if you look at Congress's the laws that are on the books and Congress's role there, judges need to be following federal civil procedure. So our bill includes a provision that would make sure that they follow things like Rule number 65, which is what we've seen egregious abuses of by some of these judges recently. We have a bill called the Rogue Rulings Act, which would help to again, reel this in. If someone is suing in a district court, they should be provided relief in that district court. It's not a nationwide court decision. It is a district court decision, and that is designed on purpose within our system. And so judges need to be following that law as well. As far as the checks and balances, Congress is executing its right to do that. We are using what's called the Congressional Review Act authority. We've used that in many cases already this Congress. When we don't like a rule or regulation introduced by an administration, Congress can use the CRA to do that. These votes, many of them have been bipartisan, and we have done that several times on rules that I think take our country in the wrong direction. Many of them are from the previous administration, but I don't care who's president. I'm willing to work with anyone to, again, make sure that we're respecting American citizens again. And 77 million Americans voted to make sure we are advancing these priorities. So thank you again for coming. We are out of time because I've got to get going to another stop in the district.
I don't know, maybe my comprehension skills are slacking today, but the man asked, what was she willing to do to hold Donald Trump and his administration accountable up to and including impeachment? She came back talking about judges. She did mention that she's against voting for impeachment, but she came back blaming judges and blaming the previous administration, which is a lie. And she talked about how there are certain things in place, but she didn't say what she was going to do to hold the administration accountable up to and including impeachment. Did I miss it? Y'all let me know. But I want to end with this. You see a pattern with these Republicans. They will shit talk, they will do nothing to hold Donald Trump accountable. To make sure Donald Trump is held accountable, we need to vote all of their asses out. November 3rd, 2026 will soon be here.